Hello and welcome. I am Nishan Shah. You are watching the special broadcast on Studio Talk. Over the next few minutes, I will take you through the big stories from the world of news, business, sports and entertainment. It is a story that has brought the country together like few others before. The gang rape of a 23-year-old woman in the heart of the capital has outraged the nation. Today, the last of the 6 alleged rapists was arrested by the Delhi police after the manhunt launched hours after the crime. This, even as the demand for justice for the victim grows louder. Prime Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh today spoke for the first time on the reported beheadings of the 2 Indian soldiers along the line of control. He said that it could not be a business as usual with Pakistan after the intolerable acts its army had committed. The Prime Minister's comment comes a day after the army chief spoke on the incident. In what is clearly a first, a fast-track court in Delhi gave the death sentence to a farmhouse guard in 10 straight days. The 56-year-old man was convicted and sentenced for raping and killing a 3-year-old girl in 2011. The judge said that the case fell into the rarest of the rare categories as he read out the verdict. He is a cleric but seems to be giving Pakistani President Asif Ali Zardari sleepless nights. Muslim cleric Tahirul Qadri is threatening to unleash a mass movement to overthrow the current president if a caretaker setup of honest people is not set up. Many are seeing Qadri's call for revolution as an attempt to replicate an Arab Spring in Pakistan. In a surprise move, the CEO of the country's largest mobile operator, Bharti Airtel, announced his exit after a 15-year stint with the company. Sanjay Kapoor's exit comes amid reports of Bharti planning a reorganization of its top deck. Gopal Vittal has been appointed as his replacement. And we finally heard him confess. Disgraced cyclist Lance Armstrong admitted to using performance-enhancing drugs during his cycling career. The cyclist came clean during an interview with talk show queen Oprah Winfrey. The admission of guilt comes after months of Armstrong denying the charges and instead claiming there was a witch hunt against him. I'm right outside Queen Elizabeth Hospital in East London, from where Malala Yousafzai, the 15-year-old Pakistani girl, is being discharged after 3 months in the hospital. As you can see behind me, there's a large group of young Pakistani origin girls who have turned up here in this freezing weather to show their support and solidarity in the cause that Malala is fighting for. They are holding banners, they are shouting slogans saying, "Malala, you are not alone, we are with you." This brave teenager was shot at point-blank range in the head by Taliban in October last year in Pakistan for being an advocate of girls' education. She was brought here in London in this hospital where a dedicated team of doctors and neurosurgeons operated on her and have been monitoring her treatment. The director of the hospital, Dr. John Gray, said that she was extremely lucky that the bullet did not penetrate her skull. The team of doctors and neurosurgeons who treated her are saying that though she is well enough to be discharged at the moment, she will have to be readmitted again in around February for reconstructive surgery to her skull. We all hope that this young Pakistani braveheart, who has now become a global symbol of resistance to the Talibani oppression, recovers completely from her ordeal and continues her battle. With camera person Vishal, this is Nishan Shah for Studio Talk. Expectations of a people-friendly budget and a cut in interest rates by the RBI are being seen as among key reasons taking the Sensex to the psychologically important 20,000 mark today after 2 years. The day's rally came on the back of a strong quarterly result by software major TCS and relatively steady Asian markets. The market opened at with the Sensex at 20,000, slipped a tad below that level due to profit taking, and again regrouped later in the session as FMCG major ITC rallied ahead of its results and closed just a tad off the 20,000 mark, finally ending the day at 19,987, up 80 points. The day's rally added about 26,000 crore to investors' wealth, with the BSE's market capitalization now at 71 lakh crore rupees. The last time the benchmark had seen this level was on January 7, 2011, roughly about 2 months after it had reached its all-time peak of 21,709 points. On to the world of sports. Rode on by a crowd of 60,000 plus, India rediscovered their winning ways in the second ODI against England at the Nehru Stadium in Kochi. The win not only helped them square the 5-match series, but would have also done their sagging confidence a world of good. The tension along the line of control with Pakistan took its toll on the sporting ties between the two countries. All 9 Pakistani hockey players who have come here to play in the Hockey India League will return home without playing a match in the tournament. Hockey India did not directly bar the players but put the onus on the franchisees. Day 2 at the Melbourne Park on Tuesday brought another day of perfect weather but a few anxious moments for top seed Serena Williams. Williams and her fans looked worried after the player fell awkwardly on her left knee. She however managed to win the game 6-0, 6-0 against 110th ranked Edina Hall. World champion Viswanathan Anand scored an emphatic victory over the world number 2 from Armenia to end a rough 7-month patch. With this win, Anand has jumped into joint lead with 2 others after round 4 of the Tata Steel Chess Tournament. In what would be his first outing after Wimbledon, Rafael Nadal is likely to be playing at the Brazil Open. Nadal hasn't played since June essentially because of tendonitis in his left knee. He was due to play in the Australian Open but a stomach virus forced him to withdraw. It seems Chulbul Pandey might not break Tiger Khan's box office record. After the initial success at the box office, it seems Ek Tha Tiger will remain Salman Khan's biggest hit. Well, here's to Salubhai. Either ways, he's a winner. Indians and folklore go hand in hand. Hoping that works with cinema lovers is a duo of Vishal Bhardwaj and Ekta Kapoor. Unlikely duo, you would say. Name of the movie, Ek Thi Diane. Let's see how this one shapes up. Member of Parliament status has brought about some major changes in actor Rekha's life, it seems. We hear from an insider that the actor is loving her bungalow and garden in Saddi, Delhi. Not just that, Rekha also seemed to have become more open to friends and relatives dropping by. Is that the politician or just the effect of Delhi? One name with 3 different destinies? Nah, not of the same man. Obviously, 3 different people with the same name. I'd say that makes for confusing cinema. But I guess director Bijoy Nambiar knows what he's doing. Let's hope he does. David releases February 1st. She says that one actor that makes her heart go flutter is George Clooney. Well, haven't we heard that before? And from so many of them. So, Sarah Jane Dias just joined the ranks of all those other women, aged no bar, from Tinseltown, who are dying to work with the actor. Keep dreaming, ladies. Well, that's all we have time for. This is Nishant Shah signing off. Stay tuned for more. Thanks for watching.